if you don't optimize, you die. Why? Well, I think there's great potential in everybody. And I think that the optimization part is not voluntarily, it's not optional. I don't think that you get to choose whether you want to optimize or not. You can, maybe that's wrong. Maybe you can choose to not optimize, but that just means that the whole concept of adapt or die will be activated and you'll eventually just be eradicated. And that sounds harsh. That sounds like something, that happens in nature and that's not applicable to humans. That's not applicable. I'm looking out my window. I'm in a big city right now. That's nothing, if you're living in a big city, that's nothing that's applicable to me. That's something that applies to animals outside. I don't think so. I think we're still so deeply connected to our ancestral roots and to our, primitive roots, I guess, that the whole concept of adapt or die is super real. It's maybe the most real thing ever. I don't know. And I also think that optimization comes with that. Inevitably, like you just, adaptation or optimization, maybe that's even a synonym, I don't know. But you have to optimize, you have to get better. And optimization doesn't mean you have to be the best at everything. Everything has to be optimal all the time. That's not what optimization means, and that's certainly not what I mean if I say optimization. What I mean is get better. Try to get better at something. Because that getting better oftentimes holds a lot of meaning and oftentimes holds a lot of value. Like that just holds intrinsic value in and of itself. And I actually thought about that a couple of times, and oftentimes I catch myself linking this concept of optimization together with awareness, like living in the here, living in the moment, not thinking about the future constantly, not always looking back, not always regretting, not always planning, that's past and future. Linking that concept of optimization with awareness. And I think living an aware and optimized life, that sounds weird, yeah, I know, but I think this could actually hold a lot of meaning and value for each individual. At least this is the best concept that I've figured out until this point in my life. Now you could have proposed the question, why? Well, I think the awareness part is pretty easy. Like if you're not aware of yourself and your surroundings, well, then you're just walking around blindly, and that's willful blindness, right? But also, aware on a time scale. Like you're in the now, and as I just said, you're not regretting thinking about the past, you're not planning, constantly thinking about the future, you're here. That's pretty obvious that, well, to me at least, it's pretty obvious because I've experienced this for myself. It's pretty obvious that awareness holds a lot of positive aspects or value. But the whole concept of optimization, I think that's something I and a lot of young men, especially in this whole entrepreneurial space and what have you, that often gets wrestled with. Like, oh, do I really have to optimize everything in my life? Isn't this just another rat race? Like, do I really have to be the best at everything? Do I really have to wake up at 5 a.m. and whatever the fuck? Well, maybe that's not really the optimization we're talking about. Again, this is more about getting better at something. Because getting better at something also means that you have to inevitably accept the fact that you're not as good in that particular aspect or discipline in your life as you could be. And that acceptance, again, in and of itself, holds a damn lot of value. Accepting that you're not as good as you are, accepting that you're not as good as you could be, is a major step. I think this is also accepting parts of yourself that you might, well, push aside. Maybe this also links to the whole concept of Jung again with integrating your shadow. Coffee. But yeah, I think optimization in terms of a general idea is, it's kind of worn down at this point. Like, I think again, that's what I was trying to tackle just a second ago. I think optimization nowadays means, well, you have to wake up at 5 a.m., do the cold shower, use AI to do everything. Everything has to be perfect. No social life for young men. If you're entrepreneurial, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Again, no social life, no extra spendings, eat carnivore, whatever the fuck, Nowadays, there's so much shit on the internet that you could adopt in order to optimize your lifestyle. But I think that's all noise. I think the underlying concept of optimization is take whatever you're doing, accept the fact that you're not as good as you could be in that discipline, and then try to get better. And I think the longing for getting better at a discipline, this is so interchangeable. Like, this could be everything. This could be you doing a sport. This could be you in the gym. This could be you in your job. This could be you in your relationships. This could be you as a father, as a son, as a mother, as a daughter, as a neighbor, as a husband, spouse, whatever. As a customer. Like, if you walk into a store and you're a customer and you're like, well, I could be a better customer. Maybe next time I don't try to look as mean, or maybe change my tone a little bit. Maybe I could just be a better person. And this also sounds like super esoteric, right? Like, you can be a better person. Try being a better person every day. But I think that's pretty true. I think that holds a lot. And I think accepting and adopting the responsibility of trying to be a better human, a better person or human every day is one of the best journeys you can throw yourself into. Like, say you accept the fact that you die at some point, because we all die at some point. And now we can integrate some Hormozy lessons here for all the Hormozy people. I mean, the obvious one for me is when he always goes, well, you die someday, and if people won't care then about you, they won't care now. And if you don't care about them then you shouldn't care about them now. Something along those lines. Well, if nothing really matters, but not in a negative or like pessimistic, nihilistic way, then you can do whatever you want. And if you can do whatever you want, that also means that you can optimize at whatever you want. Coming back to the title of this video, you can optimize at whatever you want to do. And you can just throw yourself into that journey. You can choose to do whatever you want and then try to be the best possible version of yourself in that domain or aspect or discipline. Again, this could be anything. This doesn't mean you have to be the best salesperson or you have to be the best social media market manager or whatever the hell. This means that you try to be the best you. And isn't that the best journey you can choose? This doesn't mean you have to torture yourself. This will be another video. We can just make this the video tomorrow. This doesn't mean you have to torture yourself into being the best possible version and just live inside your own hell, but on the outside you seem to be optimized in every way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying try to get better, accept the fact that you're not as good as you could be, and then see how life rewards you for this journey and how you reward yourself for staying on that path and not reverting back into complacency. Because I think that's what a lot of young people, especially young men that maybe grew up in single parent households in the West, have adopted as a standard: complacency. Right? I'm pretty well off. I don't have to be better. So optimize, adapt or die, and choose to do whatever you want to do.